Hello and welcome to a short video course on motivational theories for leaders by Breaking Barriers Training. What we're going to cover today is a few theories on motivation, how to motivate people, how to be self-motivated, a few models, and also tips and techniques of motivating people. So let us start with the definition of motivation. But before that, according to Abraham Maslow, you will either step forward into growth or you will step backward into safety. But wherever you go, you will be motivated. Because my dear friends, motivation word is derived from the word motive, which means needs, desires, wants, or drives within the individuals. Now, if you look at the quote, it's either their sense of safety that's driving them, or their sense of growth and the ambition that's driving these people. So whichever direction you go, you are still motivated. Now, let's look at what motivation is in detail. It is the process of stimulating people to action to accomplish a goal. So if you want people to achieve a goal, you have to stimulate those people with motivation. Motivation is of two types, remember. Intrinsic, which means from within, like purpose, desire, or even misery and pain. People want to run away from misery. People want to avoid pain. That can also be an intrinsic motivator. And extrinsic, which are external, like rewards, pay, promotion, incentives, anything that others are luring us with, that can be extrinsic motivators. Now, let's look at the first concept, which is Hertzbergs' two-factor theory. The two-factor theory, also known as Hertzberg's motivation hygiene theory or dual-factor theory, states that there are certain factors in the workplace that cause job satisfaction, while a separate set of factors cause job dissatisfaction, all of which act independently of each other. Well, these are, if you look at it, job satisfaction is caused by motivating factors or motivator factors, which are like achievement, recognition, responsibility. The work itself, if the work is motivating enough, I'm passionate about something, then it will motivate me and create job satisfaction. Advancement, which is growth, I'm getting promotions, great extrinsic motivators. Personal growth, again, if I'm intellectually growing, I'm learning something new, these are motivating factors. Now, job dissatisfaction, on the other hand, is, according to Hertzberg, caused by hygiene factors. If the hygiene factors are not there, so first basically are hygiene factors, the basics. If the basics are right, you can work on motivator factors. But if the hygiene is not there, if the basic factors are not there, motivator factors won't work. So let's say what hygiene factors are. Let's see. The first one is working conditions. If the working conditions are not conducive enough, are not good, people will not work, people will leave. Co-worker relationships. We have heard so many times people don't leave their organization, they leave their bad bosses. So if the boss is not right, which is superior supervisor quality, the relationship with the boss or with the colleagues is not healthy, people leave. Policies and rules, if policies and rules are really strict and not people friendly, not employee friendly, people will leave. For example, strict timelines, strict deadlines, very few leaves. If those issues are there, people will leave. Compensation issues, basic wage, salary, supervisor quality, these can create job dissatisfaction. So job dissatisfaction basically is below zero, you're going into minus, and job satisfaction is above zero. So if you fill all the hygiene factors, you're basically at zero, break even, And then if you start giving people more recognition, achievement, responsibility, etc., then they come above and they become really happy in their jobs. So that's the first motivational theory, known as Hertzbergs two-factor theory. Let's look at the most famous theory of motivation, which is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow in 1943 initially stated that individuals must satisfy lower level deficit needs before progressing on to meet higher level growth needs. However, he later clarified that satisfaction of a need is not an all or none phenomenon, admitting that his earlier statements may have given the false impression that a need must be satisfied 100% before the next need emerges. Now we'll talk about those needs in a bit. So when a deficit need has been more or less satisfied, it will go away and our activities become habitually directed towards meeting the next set of needs that we have yet to satisfy. These then become our salient needs. However, growth needs continue to be felt and may even become stronger once they have been engaged. Now let's look at these needs. According to Maslow, there are physiological needs. These are motivation decreases as needs are met. Deficiency needs, he also calls them deficiency needs, which are physiological needs, the basic needs of food, shelter, clothing, all the basic needs that human beings need to survive. So once these are partially, as Maslow stated, fulfilled, the next need immediately emerges, which is safety need. People want to feel safe and secure. Once they feel safe and secure, they have this social need of love and belonging. They want to belong to a group, a strata of the society, a culture. That's their need, because now they're safe, now they're partially food, and food safety, then comes social needs. And once they have a society, they want to create they have a self-esteem need, which means they want to be recognized, they want recognition, they want to be known for something. Okay, so that's self-esteem need. And finally, after self-esteem need, basically growth need comes up, which says self-actualization, where people get into existential questions. People start talking about, how do I fulfill my purpose? Then people become more purpose-oriented, and it is seen that when people become purpose-oriented, their motivation level again needs are met and increases. So what is happening here is, if we look at it from a workplace motivational point of view, the basic hygiene factors that we talked about were more about safety and physiological need. If you go back to Hertzbergs two-factor theory, the hygiene factors were safety and physiological. Love and belonging and esteem needs, these two needs can be now compared with the motivator factors of Hertzberg, which means, are you getting recognition? Recognition is part of esteem. Love and belonging is when you become an integral part of the team, you get love, you get belonging, you like part of this team. So the social dynamics, and then the growth is there. And then self-actualization is if you can align a person's personal vision with the organizational vision. For example, a person who wants to work in a certain technology, certain area of work, and which is also beneficial for the organization, then this person will be driven by purpose, which is self-actualization, and will be highly motivated. So this is how we can implement Maslow's hierarchy of needs in motivating people in our teams. Now, some important tips of motivation are: always ask them, explain exactly what you need, by when and why. So ask them, what do you think about this need that we have? Tell them that this is what I need, by when and why, and ask them, is it okay with you? Will you be able to do it by this time and by this moment? Involve them, ask them what it will take for them to get involved. It's part of When people become part of the team, as we talked about it, they are more accountable and they are more committed towards the goal. So get them involved, trust them, give them the autonomy to decide how the work will be done within certain parameters. So always give freedom to people a little bit, where they kind of own the work they do. Inspire them, explain why you ask them as opposed to someone else. So you tell them that, I chose you to do this job because I believe you can deliver better. I believe this is part of your strengths or part of your development area. Whatever way, when you're delegating a task, tell them why you've chosen them. Appreciate them, thank them sincerely, praise publicly, and share positive feedback with their supervisors as well as other teammates. So, as we always say, appreciate openly, appreciate publicly. Reward them, provide tangible evidence of your gratitude, which means don't just say, thank you so much, you did a great job. Try to give them something else to remember, for them to remember. You can take them for a party, let's say, okay, out for a dinner or lunch, and they've done really well. Make sure it's tangible. Challenge them. Start a friendly competition among teams or departments, ideally one in which everyone can win or learn something. Okay, so healthy challenges have to be put in so that everybody is motivated in a positive way to achieve more. Celebrate them. Very important point. Celebrate success as a team, but recognize each person's contribution. So this is a very difficult balance to make. You have to celebrate the team as well as individual contributions, and this is where the real challenge lies. Okay, so inform them. Last point, inform them even after their contribution is complete. Let them know how the project turned out, which means create a loop of feedback. Feedback loop is very important. People always want to know, how did I do? How was it? How did it go? Even after their job is done, their mind is still stuck on how did the entire thing go? What did I achieve out of it? If they keep getting that feedback in a feedback loop, they will stay motivated. They will stay with you. So this brings us to the end of the session on motivational theories for leaders. Please apply this and make your teams more motivated, team members more motivated. Thank you so much for your time today.